And we're live. Hello to all the peoples.
Hello, peoples.
So today it's just us because everyone else is sick or it's their bedtime.
Yes, we are dealing with the plague.
Not the coronavirus plague, the flu plague. So, hello to the Michael. He's waiting patiently. We were only late by a minute. It's okay. We've been longer.
Yeah, that is true.
I had to get the coffee. I made the coffee for me, and then the mom wanted the coffee, so I had to make more coffee. It's caramel Starbucks.
Mm.
Hi, Devin. Hi, Haley. Thanks for coming.
Yay, peoples! All the
Peoples are
peoples.
here. I'm just happy when people show up, much less if there's like 5, 10, 15. I never know since it's a Sunday who's going to show up.
Yeah, it can be kind of hit or miss.
Yeah. Everyone has lives. I get this.
Lives are for the weak.
Man,
Wait.
why do you have to have lives? Why can't you be here every Sunday? I'm like your church. Get here.
The Church of Amber.
Yeah, no. that would be a very bad, confused church. Oh Lord, what is everyone working on today? Let's not go down that rabbit hole. What is everyone working
on? My first task is going to be getting down a bunch of questions to chat with you about after we're done streaming.
Cool. I am going to start reading and outlining Unknown Happiness because I won't be able to get done in this stream far enough to hurt my editing of Unknown Family. So, see, Haley said, I don't know how much participation I can do. Got a sick kid and a nephew playing video games. Like we said, the sickness plague is around.
Mm-hmm.
We know that one. Lots of house cleaning, editing, outlining, editing. Yep. Yeah, that is definitely. I feel like the beginning of the year for most people, for whatever reason, is editing because you spend all of November writing, so then like you're cleaning it up, or because you spent that time writing something new, you're going back to what you were doing. So I feel like the end of the year / beginning of the year is always mostly editing, and then from then on we'll see. I'm also supposed to use Sundays to make videos or to outline videos, not outline, edit videos. But I haven't made a video this weekend because it's been raining really hard, and I don't want to have to yell and piss my mom off because she's sick.
But that's more fun.
Not when she's sick. No. So I will end up doing that tomorrow. So that's what made me think of it. Michael says I'm going to try to make a video I promised to make regarding the book I read before my birthday. I mean, I made this video about 7 times already. Then why haven't you put it up? If it's mean, that's fine. If it's honest, as long as that works. I mean, don't edit. Just post. Just post it. Yeah, because Nano, everything about writing anymore is because Nano. Yeah. It felt weird not participating in Nano this year. Like, I tried. I did like 2 weeks of writing. But I got so stuck on, wait, what was this in this book? And then what was this in this book? Because by then I still had not found half my Bibles. So I was just like, guess I'll edit. You know, Devin, you say that, but right now it's snowing outside my house.
Really? We are actually getting a bit of a heat wave here. Not like hot or anything, just in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, I woke up to snow. Kara woke up to take the dog out and was like, "It's snowing." I was like, "This isn't April. This is March." She goes, "No, seriously." I don't know. Like I said, the video isn't mean. It's me. I make crappy videos. You do not. I don't believe that. I've seen worse, even if you do. Just say.
Haley knows. It's open window season in Michigan because it reaches 50.
It reached, that's what's weird about it, because it reached 60 on Friday. And then it was like nice enough I didn't wear a coat yesterday doing the laundry, and then yeah, I don't know.
And if you go to U of M campus, it just needs to be above freezing for the frat boys to wear shorts.
It don't even need to be above freezing in Nebraska for people to do that. I am going to do the March daily doodles. I've been looking already this morning for something simple to start off with, because as soon as we're done streaming, I have errands to run. Ooh, excuse me. I have errands to run, so I want something simple for today. And then I decided it's not going to be a doodle, but for the last day of the month, if I can get it to come down, I am going to try to draw this.
Oh.
Do you even know what car this is?
Nope.
It's an Eleanor.
Okay.
I know you're not a car person. Prettiest car in the world.
So this is March 1st, so are you doing a doodle today?
I'm not going to do it during stream. But yes. Because I want to get to reading and outlining this. But yes, I am going to do a doodle. Yeah, definitely send it to me. I don't know how to find props on Instagram. I don't know how that works. So sure. It's 25 degrees right now where I'm at. Not cold at all. 25 Fahrenheit is really cold. I feel like you might have that wrong.
He's Canadian.
I know, but if you're saying 25 is not cold, yeah.
Since 0 degrees Celsius and 32 Fahrenheit is freezing, which is the definition of cold.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's below 45, I'm cold.
Aphrodite's here.
Hi, the queen. It's Aphrodite. Now we're missing this Persephone, and we'll have all our goddesses with us.
There we go. No, Athena's not here.
Ah, that's true. But she doesn't make my streams a lot on Sundays.
Oh, that's true.
I would summon the regular goddesses, not all the goddesses. All right. Do you want to start a sprint? Okay, now.
Sure.
I was going to say in 1 minute, but no.
Works for me.
All right. Since everybody seemed to like this bomb, I call it this bomb.
It's the bomb.
I like this bomb. It's just one little fusey instead of like a round of word swirlies and. All right, we'll start writing. In. Oh, it's only freezing for water. You must be hot-natured, Michael. 3, 2, 1. Spring.
Boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom.
How did everyone do?
I got a list of questions for you, and then I
Yay.
started working in my book 2, or working in my series Bible for book 2 stuff.
I did nothing. So, okay, I am, for those of you who don't know, I am rereading audiobook and book, Discovery of Witches. I absolutely love it, and I've read it. This will be the third time. And so I'm doing a video later, once I finish book 1, on like the difference between the book and the movie. And so I'm watching. I like binge watched all of season 1 again because it was supposed to come out in September last year. Season 2 was, but the main character, was pregnant, and so they had to move it until June filming. And so I'm like binge watching and taking notes, and so now I'm like, I spent the whole stream, or the whole 15 minutes, like watching interviews of them. I don't know.
Yaza has come in. I haven't seen Yaza in like a month or so.
Well, hi, Yaza. We had Meadow join us, and Rosalind, and Chloe. Hello, hello.
Oh, Rosalind and Chloe. Yay, more peoples.
Yay, all our friends are here. Michael did a 9-minute, 50-second video that will most likely go into the trash bin. Quit making it go in the trash. It will never be good enough for you. Trust me, every video of mine is like that. So just post it. You're making me want to see it more and more. Yeah, Meadow's sick, so Devin said, hope you feel better soon. Yeah, hopefully after all this sickness goes, the whole crew will be better. Rosalind says, I'm getting my March notebook. I had lost my planner for all of last month, so I have to get mine going too. I had to add stickers and all the things and make it pretty. The cool people arrived late. Are you saying you're not cool, Devin? Because you arrived at normal time. Everyone is cool here.
I always arrive earlier on time. Does that just make me a nerd?
You're on the stream, so you have to be earlier on time.
Oh, I've seen streams with people joining about an hour in.
Oh, goodness. Well, I guess, if time is an issue with the stream, yeah, I could see that.
Oh, Haley's got to go parent.
Oh, Haley. Sorry you have to go parent and can't come join us for the whole thing. But glad to have you. Yeah, I put a 20-minute timer on, damn it. I love watching movies that have books, but I gotta say I'm aggravated. I guess as long as Deborah Harkness is okay with it, I'll be okay with it. It really gets into what is okay for the author when making a video or a movie or a series. It's really starting to get into my head when I'm writing. I don't know.
Why is it getting into your head?
When you write a book, you don't think about if this were to become a movie. We're all indie, mostly newbie authors, and we just don't think about adaptations. And I've read books that were the movie was completely on the book, like The Host and Twilight and things like that. They were so close to the book that you were happy. And then I've read books like Independence Day where they weren't the same, but you understood because not everything in the book could be physically done. Like, Independence Day was before CG really got crazy, and so you understood it was totally action, so it made sense. But like for this series, they're trying to fit a whole book into a season, and I'm kind of struggling with why couldn't they make this season longer like a typical series show is to fit everything in? Because there's like little stuff that bug me that I could overlook, but then there's like big stuff that like to me makes sense to the plot to keep it that way that they didn't do. And so it's one of those where do you watch the show first and then get intrigued by the book because there's more to it, or do you just accept it because obviously the author was happy with it, so it wasn't that important to them? Or I don't know. It's kind of turning my perspective. Like I should have done like Aphrodite. I think I should think about it as a movie. I mean, you think about it as a movie, like it's playing in your head, but I don't know. It's a weird mind process.
I think more along the lines of TV shows. So like episodes where things are contained. But when it comes to adaptations and stuff, sometimes straying from the script is the best thing you can do.
And I get that, but like, I don't know. Like I grab my notes on the
computer. Like with True Blood, if you read the series and then you watch the first season in that, it's horrendous to get through the first season after you've read the books because it is word for word. It is word for word the entire season. But after the first season, it goes in a completely different direction from the books. It's like night and day. And it is so good once they start leaving the books in a different direction. It's like an alternate universe, basically.
Well, see, and I could see that if like, and I don't know why they do that. They'd make it to the book in season 1 and then not for the rest. But like I'm just looking at my notes, and like some things are, like I said, small. Like one of the side characters is like standing in front of this book that's supposed to be spellbound and like a big thing, and that's fine. But like they have her being friends with this side character, like they're old friends, and they talk about magic openly, and they have tea and stuff. And then in the book, like she doesn't like this person, and it makes sense why this person does what they do because they're not friends and everything. But then in the show, they're friends, and it doesn't really play to the plot very well. And like, I don't know, it's stuff like that. Like, like Aphrodite and Meadow both are saying, I see the book as a movie, and that's fine. I mean, everybody kind of does when you're making sure everything works right. But then, like, I think because it was a show instead of a movie, they had to edit some things, and I get that. But like, to me, it becomes as an author, how much if you were to actually make it into a movie or a show, how much do you say this has to be in there, and how much do you say, okay, I can deal with that? And I think I'm so atypical. I'd be like, no, that has to be there. No, like, this is not right. And I think I would probably be like, this has to be, and they'd be like, okay, fine, we're not working with you. Like, this is not working out.
So in an interview with Charlene Harris about the True Blood series, about the actual TV show, was actually a big fan of it for the sole purpose of it went away from the books. She said it was like being able to read more adventures for her characters.
And see, I can see that if like it goes completely off script of the book, and you expect that, and it's fine. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I like I said, I see it as a movie, but I don't know. It's something I've got to figure out before I do the video, like how I feel about it. Aphrodite says, I wrote the screenplay for all my novels. You are a nerd, but we already knew that. And all of my original screenplays will be novels as well. I hope I live long enough to finish them all. That's not a problem. Meadow says her book would actually be suited as a TV show better. He shattered into a mini series, in fact, the whole Glass trilogy I have written that way. Okay. She says, I love adaptations. I don't mind when changes are made for cinema. I get that they're two different animals and some tales don't translate 100%. I get that too. And like from a standpoint, I get that. But I don't know. I'm probably going to have to like watch some interviews with a lot of different authors that their books became movies and shows just to kind of get an overall sense of how they felt about it.
But also, just because, I think a certain way and Aphrodite thinks a certain way and Meadow thinks a certain way doesn't mean that our thinking about it is the right way.
Right, and I think it's the same as writing a book. Like, everyone has their own opinions and their own ways and their own processes. Yeah, it's just something I'm still wrapping my head around. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I know like you have to have creative control, and I know a lot of authors do that. Me writing a screenplay is never going to happen. But I'm definitely one of those. That didn't happen. That's not the way that was. Like, what the fuck? I'm definitely already like that, and that's only season 1. Like, I have 2 pages of things that are different. I'm just like, this is gonna be a weird video.
Well, and it's okay to notice the differences. That just means that you read the book and you were paying attention. It's whether or not you let those differences cloud whether you like the adaptation or not.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it is a good show. It is well done. It has great actors that I love, but I just don't know how I feel about it yet. It's been out for 3 years, and I just don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know. Yeah, that's me, Aphrodite. I did a lot of that. My daughter's like, okay, you can stop now. But yeah, it's definitely a question of creative control and how much the author lets some things go and what it makes the adaptation be like. But yeah, so I just keep coming back. It's something I've got to wrap my head around. Devin says his process changes constantly, and he loves writing screenplays. It is just something I never have the ability to do, and I probably never will. Like, breaking everything down into who says what, like a screenplay does, is not in my forte. It might be something I can learn, but I don't know. It's weird. Like in Shattered, it's a school of the arts, but I didn't put in performances in the novel because that would be so boring to read. Yeah, but in the script you get to see them. They did do the one scene, play, but yeah, I get what you're saying. So I'm excited and also bracing myself too. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it keeps boiling down to I've got to wrap my head around it. I don't know. Yes, I'm sure I could do it. It's just not. I got so much other stuff I want to do. That's not something I'm going to attempt to do at the moment, or probably anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned about whether my themes are kept intact.
And I guess, yeah, I mean, as long as your themes and your overall plot are there for the series,
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's all that really matters. I just overthink things. And I didn't write the book, so to me, something that is important, like friendship versus not, just animosity that you can see in the book between the two, like it's something to me is a big part of the first book. But I mean, spoiler alert, she dies by halfway through the book, so it's not really a point, I guess. But to me, it shows the animosity first thing. So I don't know. uh, but yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at video wise. That'll be a couple months down the road. I think I got a lot more videos of other authors to watch, but it's just something I think about every time I binge watch the show. But I love the book so much that, like, I'm a hardcore fan, I guess. I don't know. It's one of these books that, like, for those of you who like bigger books and not just a plot done, um, you kind of go with the characters and you go through this journey, and she does it so well that everything is important and it doesn't feel bogged down and things like that. And so I think that's why it's either loved or hated. Because if you're used to the smaller books that are plot done, then you're not gonna like the book. But if you love taking a journey with someone and learning, like she did a lot of research on this with this book on like how things were then and the importance of science and philosophy, and that's kind of what this entire book is wrapped around, is trying to find this book and that they're looking for and the history behind it and everything. So like for me, it was a learning as well as an enjoyment in a book. But for some people, that's not the case. So hi, Ionic Shock. I think we're gonna do a sprint in 2 minutes, and then I know yesterday Ionic had, while we were doing our nonfiction chat, had questions about a character and things. So if you want to submit it while we're in our writing thing, we might can help you out. But yeah, so I know you said your character was different from others. I want to say go for it, but at the same time, no character hasn't been done. So maybe we can help you refer to books that are like your villain or something. But yeah, so I'm all here for the help.
Yes.
We love to help.
Developmental editor is my my goal, so
Yep. And I'm good with characters, so I'll help you out. But yeah, so that's, I don't know, that's where I'm at today. I'm gonna try this sprint not to watch Discovery Witch stuff and actually do what I said and read my book.
yep, we are about to go into a sprint, usually 15 minutes long. So if you put your question in during the sprint, then we can answer it when we come back.
Yeah, just tell us what you have of your villain now, and that'll give us time to think about it. And then when we come back, we'll talk about that. So, got 1 minute. That way, I'll quit talking about book movie adaptations. What am I with half minute, 1 minute things today? All right. And 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right. How did we do? My camera decided not to work.
I was reading.
All right. Let me get back to this drawing on my computer. Hi, Key. Hi, Naked Firefly. Okay, so Jayce, you read it. Everything from Ionic.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts?
Well, I started answering in the chat. So he, how do I put this? Yeah, so he feels he is better than everyone else, and he found a way to increase his power and yeah.
Hey, my camera will working. For me, it kind of, y'all know me, I like to refer to other things. It kind of reminded me of like a lot of Anne Rice books. He definitely thinks he's better than everyone else, and being a vampire, he feels, that even stronger. Some people are just not good people. I mean, as a general rule, they think only of themselves. They're very selfish. Seems like he's the same way. In my idea, I don't know where you're trying to go with this, Ionic, but like, you got a great character arc going on. Without kind of knowing what you're wanting answered. Most vampires are selfish creatures. It sounds like on top of being selfish, he has like a morality issue. Vampire figuratively, okay. Trying to explain what I'm thinking here. There are those people that are sadistic and selfish and things like that. So I think depending on what the book is about and how it goes, it's not a protagonist that's not hasn't been done. Devin says he sounds like a politician.
The difference is a politician thinks and claims that they are doing things for the good of the people they represent,
Right.
even though they are usually misleading themselves. They still feel like they're helping other people.
Yeah. Like I said, I think you've got a great character arc for him going on. It just depends on what you want him to be doing in the book. And most people that are selfish and think about themselves are completely sane. So like that's not out of the ordinary. Yeah. Like I said, unless I know where you're wanting, what question you have, really, I do like it. I like the themes, one literal and one figurative type of monster. And pride can be a bad thing. It doesn't always have to be pride meaning honor. So, Yeah, I mean, like I said, you've got a great character arc. It just depends on where you're wanting to go with the story. If you're wanting him to end up growing and being a better person, or if his innate badness is going to be carried throughout the book. Some protagonists never have redeeming qualities and they never learn, and that is the point of the book. Um,
Yeah, people who enjoy hurting other people, there's always something behind that.
yeah.
Feeling better, or feeling like they're better than other people and so deserve to hurt other people is a bit of megalomania.
Mm-hmm.
There could um, some people get a bit of a sexual thrill from that. I'm not saying that he does, but it's a possibility. I would definitely look up narcissism.
Yeah. Um, yeah, like Aphrodite says, an unapologetic sadist seeks out and enjoys. Yeah. Um, you're wanting to know how to convey this character. He's a villain whom the hero must defeat. Honestly, I think you've conveyed his character very well, just in what you wrote out. If that's something you wrote out to us and you don't have written down, I would write exactly what you said written down. That's a great backstory type character arc for him.
It's definitely a good start. It gives you just how he feels.
Yeah,
I would definitely want to delve more into like his progression to how he got that way.
yeah,
Um, but also make sure it's definitely you need a power balance thing. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're writing because sometimes you don't want a power balance thing. If it's like dystopian or bleak,
yeah,
then he can be super overpowered.
yeah. The question that all writers ask, and I'm waiting for StreamYard to update, so I'll just say it. Aphrodite says, delve in more into the why. And for all writers, I think the question behind any story is definitely why.
Hmm.
Um, that as long as you keep the why in your head throughout writing any character, it it definitely helps. Um, I think depending on the type of the genre of the story you're writing, um, like Jay said, he could be the overarching, big headed, all of this into it that the hero finds out about him. It could be something the hero already knows about him, which makes him easier to or harder to overcome and fight. You could have this power balance struggle the entire book of them one upping each other. Um, if you write from the protagonist's point of view,
By
uh,
Aphrodite.
yeah, bye guys, sorry, or bye guys, bye Aphrodite. Sorry you had to do Muggle stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, it depends on the type of story you're trying to write. If you want the protagonist as your main character, you've got a great thing going. If you want him to be the secondary character to the hero, then you could do a power struggle the whole time, or this big thing, big monster that the hero is trying to fight the whole time and show him less. Um, because if the hero is the main character, you definitely want to show him more than the protagonist. Um, yeah, if you've got his whole story written down and detailed, I would say your next step before you start writing is to do the same with the hero and decide which character you want to be the main character, because that's the one you're going to tell the most of. Um, yeah. He's actually the one who unintentionally mutated the hero into the monster, and he's trying to control him. Okay, so you've got like dual main characters. Um, to me, it's very Anne Ricey, where you've got a power struggle going on the whole time, like the Vampire Lestat, which can't remember if it's just the Vampire Lestat or if it's the Vampire Armand. Whichever book is actually before the Queen of the Damned is the movie from Queen of the Damned. There's a power struggle the whole time. And I would say read characters like that. Read books like that. To kind of give you an insight to how that works in a novel. If you're not sure how to write it, the power struggle. That's really the only book that's coming to mind of a power struggle like that. Yeah. That's really all I can think of. Hopefully that helped. I own you, know you can't control me. I'm human, even with what you've done to me. Yeah. Key says I would also do the same for the major supporting characters. They may not get as much screen time, but you still need to flesh out their characters. Yeah, or they just feel cookie cutter. Yeah, you've definitely got like two main characters that are going to constantly fight, and it sounds like it's going to be more mental than physical, or it could be 50-50. So, and I think as a sci vamp myself, I think that when you feed off other person's negativity, you have to choose to either let that negativity into you and take it in and become that, or get the few pieces of goodness from it and move on. It's just like the same with toxic relationships or friendships. And I think that's another thing you should probably research, is how people overcome that. That could play well into it. But yeah, definitely give, like he said, any main supporting characters, and then your hero, definitely do full backstory arcs on them, so that you get to understand them better, so that they can fight the protagonist. Yeah, that's the help I can give on that. Yeah. Like, without knowing the story, that's all I can. Because it sounds like you've got a moral versus amoral fight going on, and the amoral trying to convert the moral.
Did we help? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I hope we helped. I'm Jayce is more the story developmental, and I'm more the character developmental. So,
but in order for me to really delve into it, I have to actually be like in silence for a little bit. So I actually have to let the thoughts formulate, because I have a disorder where any words that are coming into my ears disrupt my thought patterns.
Yeah. Do we want to sprint again in a minute?
Sure.
All right. I'm glad we could help. Without knowing the story, that's really the only character stuff I could do. Thanks for coming, Ionic. Glad we could help. We're here every Sunday.
Tip your waitress.
in the form of a thumbs up on your way out. Hey, I'll take money too. You can go over to my Patreon. I'll take that too. Or my threadless store, buy merch. I've got to upload February's design sometime today or tomorrow. Get started on March's. Yeah. And then I'm thinking for the... Oh, I'll save it. It's time again. All right. Let's see if I can make this go back to actual 15. Okay. And 3, 2, 1, go!
Boom.
Because that's what you just did.
Apparently, my daughter's dog is mad at her because she wouldn't change the Netflix show.
Literally. I said, do you want me to change it? And he went, and I said, do you not want me to change it? And he went, oh. And then he put his butt in my face.
Sounds like you have some making up to do on a channel to change.
I don't know what he wants me to change it to, though.
Well,
That's the
keep
problem.
changing and asking him. Weird family equals weird dog. I mean, that's just bound to happen.
I guess he just loves Netflix.
This is the weirdest dog. How did everyone do?
I got up and moved around because I needed to.
Same here. I got through chapter 1. Reading, outlining. Kind of doing a
3.
Yeah, I'm doing a rough outline and then I'll put it onto my storyboard. Probably tomorrow. So I want to try to get more than like one chapter done. Hey, you'll be happy. The first chapter is only 4,023 words. Instead of 11,000 and something.
Well, I noticed in Unknown Family, each chapter just got a little bit shorter as you went along.
It did, kind of, with a few exceptions.
It's kind of what people suggest doing too, because as it breaks the action up more as you get farther along.
True. Yeah, I don't know why I write my plot points on my first draft. I think it's so it's easier for me to go back to because I know that that's a plot point type thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What the F, man? Oh, I know what I did. My bad. I was like, wait a minute, I don't have any word counts for Unknown Family. That's because I put them in my Unknown Revenge redo file. Whoops. That doesn't help anybody. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to go back and redo my word counts because I don't even have a chapter 12. What the hell? Okay.
So we had Tamara show up. And she got a Cafe Sprinta.
Yeah, I got caramel coffee. I took one of my Keurigs and made my coffee stuff. Let's see. Maybe the dog wants to watch Lassie. I have a very weird dog. I'm not gonna ask. Yeah, Ionic, ask your question. You're fine. Meadow started proofing Alex's book during the sprint. Yeah, I need to get it done. Deadline is fast approaching, girlfriend. BC edited 3 pages. He probably wants to watch squirrels. She did open the window. There are not a lot of squirrels around right now. Probably because of the snow.
They do like to frolic in the snow.
Yeah, but I honestly have not seen... There are flowers budding already. Like, the daffodils are already up, which is, like, totally crazy to me. But I haven't seen any springtime animals yet. It's really weird. But, yeah. Key said, writing the plot points in the first draft helped keep the whole story on track. It's harder to veer off into another direction if the next story point is staring you in the face. Yeah, I wrote Unknown Happiness last year during getting ready to move. So all of the renovating of my house, and actually during the move, when my mom was driving, I wrote. So when I handwrite, for those of you who don't know. So if I type it on the computer, I don't remember jack. I don't know why. It's just always the way I've been. So I don't know. But so I don't remember. I remember the major plot points of what I wanted for this story, but I don't actually remember if I got them all in. So I don't know. And Meadow got a poor man's mocha during the sprint. Everybody got coffee. another thing that proves he's not insane is that he doesn't have the traditional God complex. He knows he's not a god, and he makes no pretense of being so. I kind of want to argue that because you were talking about idols and things like that. Because you said he quit looking towards the idols because he could look towards himself. That is kind of a god complex. Maybe not like triple high up there, but that is sort of at least a minor god complex. So I'd argue that one with you. But absolute power to control and exploit and drain meaning and significance from others. Yeah, I think you convey that through his actions. I don't think... I think from what you said versus what you're saying now, he's bordering on God complex. If you want him to know he's not a god, then you could honestly just say that. Say that he knows he's not a god, but he's the next closest thing to it or something. Or who needs a god when you are yourself? I don't know.
You can say I'm better than a god because I'm real. Because someone who thinks like that would think that actual gods aren't real, but he is the next best thing.
Yeah, because you say he thinks that he can act like an evil god. To me, he's warring with having a god complex. If he can act like an evil god, but he knows he's not a god, that's along with that narcissism. Mm-hmm. And I've got a book that would help you out on all of this. Pull out my books. This one won't help you. Guidebooks don't help you. Let me find my book. Because I don't remember who it's by. And watch me now, I won't be able to find it just because I'm looking for it. There is a book about psychological disorders. And it talks about narcissism as well as other things. Now I can't put these back in. Like I tried. Screw it. I don't know, I've got it. I don't know where it's at, but I know I've got it. Just look up. I don't know where I put it. Just look up mental disorders or disorders like narcissism. That might pull it up. But it's a book, because I referred to it and told Cassie about it. It's a book about psychological disorders and things like that. And what you're describing is like a...
Kitty!
Yeah, she's like, I want my perch. She was about to jump up when I got up. She's like, okay, I'll wait. What you're describing is like a worse version of narcissism than most people have. And of course, it's probably in my cabinet that if I open, everything's gonna fall. Yes, I am a vampire witch. I have a black cat. I don't remember the name of the book off the top of my head either, but it talks about disorders, mental disorders. So yeah, that's all I can think of to help you on that. If I can think of it, I will put it in after we're done, I will put it in the chat. Yeah, megalomania. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, we brought that up last interval.
Yeah. I couldn't think if that was the only word for it or not, but yeah. So I would I would look into that. Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, sounds like a narcissistic megalomaniac with a god complex.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I have the power. I can do what I want. I want more power, and
Yeah.
you are my tool to get that power.
Yeah, I think if you research what that is, or what it entails, I think that would definitely probably help you out with what you're trying to convey. Just because you may be able to take some of the characteristics of that to show in the book. Yeah. That's all I can think of. But yeah, I'll put it in the description down below once I find it. Because if it's not in those books, it's got to be in my cabinet. So yeah.
I got the power.
Right. Meadow, the way this robot voice says some words cracks me up. I know that is. It makes me think some words are wrong sometimes when it talks. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. It's the person who I shall not name because I don't want to be political type narcissist. There you go. Yeah, that's a good one too, Rosalind. Ionic, if you're still here, that's a good one too.
I'm definitely seeing differences between those two individuals, between what Ionic is suggesting for his character and He Who Shall Not Be Named, because it is too political.
You're right. You should read how the live captioning translates things too. Oh Lord, that is funny. Okay, so we'll do one more sprint in 2 minutes and then wrap up, and then y'all can go about your day.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, then I've got to, after I talk with Jayce about my book, go to the mall and then go to Walmart.
Fun times.
The mall, I don't have to spend money. The child is spending her own money.
Yay.
She wants a pair of sandals, and I'm like, I'm not buying you Birkenstocks. I ain't got that kind of money. So, yeah.
Reminds me of, do you remember Tiny Toon Adventures?
Of course.
There was a scene where I think it was Babs trying to teach Dizzy how to speak like a Valley girl.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, okay, put all these marbles in your mouth. Or no, one by one, you put marbles in your mouth and you say, the walls in the malls are like totally, totally tall. And you've got a bowl full of marbles. And you keep putting a marble in your mouth, and every time you say it, you put another marble in. And by the time you've lost all your marbles, you're a Valley girl.
Right. Oh, Lord. I do kind of remember that one. Meadow says I put text-to-speech when I approve because it makes me catch things, but it's a robot voice. Can't you change the voice to not be robotic? Maybe you can't, but I could have swore you could. Yes, my child is weird. No, she wants to get sandals while they're still cheap. Because they are just coming out for spring. But she wants to get them while they're cheap before they hike up for spring, so. Go figure? I don't know. Alright. Let's get this back on camera. And 3, 2, 1, go! Boom, 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 boom. I've got a gnat in here. It's pissing me off.
Just drain its energy.
Right? Wouldn't be much. Very successful.
What if it was a whole lot and you suddenly realized gnats were the biggest power source?
That would be nasty.
It would be natsty.
But a bum.
Oh.
How did we do?
I got up and moved around again because my chair is not comfortable.
You still got your desk set up?
No, I took it down because I was in too much pain.
I got chapter 2 outlined. Very, very dad jokey. Well, I'm sorry we're late, Laurel. Glad you could join us even for the end, though. BC got 4 more pages edited. I jumped. So the quotation marks on this document are all different. They look like switch fonts. Switch fonts. I saw that, but I thought maybe that was just saying things as usual.
The problem is when you switch out of smart quotes into regular quotes, you can't switch back because it can't unsmart them. Or it can't take regular quotes and turn them into smart quotes.
Keith said I had issues with my chair too. I got a butt bucket from Backjoy that helped a lot.
I've never heard of a butt bucket, but that's kind of what I'm having a problem with, so maybe I'll look into that.
From Backjoy. Yeah, write that down. Okay, so how did everyone do for the entire stream? I got 2 pages is edited, or 2 pages, 2 chapters outlined, which is like half a page. It's not bad. Not bad for a 2-hour stream with all the things I was doing since I wasted the first one. That's not actually what the chair is called. It's just what I call it because it's what it looks like. But it is from Backjoy, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
They're calling it a butt bucket.
There you go. See, you were right and didn't even know it, Key. 7 pages edited, not bad since I came in the last 2 sprints. That's not bad at all. 43 words, breaking records over here. We came in like the last, 3 minutes of the stream, so I get that. I hate gnats with a passion, so let's hope you don't see more adventures of that. Keith said it's a little weird, but it works. Hey, I don't care what they call something as long as it works. Just say it. There are names to things I'm like, really? What's the one I think is the weirdest? The squatty potty.
How about poopery?
Oh my god, yeah, that really. I think they just call that Febreze. Works great. Unless you're my daughter and you spray it so much you're like gagging on it. All right. Jayce, want to do your outro?
Sure. I don't actually have one. Jayce Maxwell. My first book, Blood Type, is in production right now, we would say. And the second book in the series is in the drafting phases. I'm also in the process of setting up my editor website where I will be able to start taking clients.
Yay. Let's hope not, Devin.
But the net came back the very next day.
There we go. We got Jayce singing since Meadow's not here. Gaza, I'm sorry you didn't speak more. I'm used to you speaking more. But you're welcome. So my outro, hi guys, you know me, I'm Amber Craft. We're here every Sunday. Me and a various co-host of whoever's not sick.
Truth.
And I post videos every Wednesday on writing and tags and did you know type facts. And book or Unknown Love is available on paperback and ebook form on Amazon, soon to be Audible. I'm excited about that. If you'll ever get me a chapter back, hopefully that'll be out by June. And Unknown Family is set to be out, I want to say, the 3rd of July. Hopefully, that's what I'm aiming for. Don't quote me on that. Meadow says you'll be graced with her singing again on Tuesday on her stream. Yeah, I think that's all I got right now. So until next week, guys, happy writing. Bye-bye.